Okay, so here are the answers to the problems we did for the quizzes. So go ahead in your book, make sure you're open up to page 45 and you're ready to correct your work. So the first one says that we have Ronnie who's making rice pudding, and she uses 3/4 a cup of white rice for every 2 cups of milk. So how many cups of rice does she need with 3 cups of milk? So we see rice comes first. So I'm going to kind of color code my numbers here. And then milk comes second. And we'll come back to the fact that it says 3 cups of milk. So let's just work on 1 to start. And so when I do my work, then I'm going to need to do since it says rice first, then milk, I'm going to do my rice number divided by my milk number. And I get an answer of 3/8 when I put that in my calculator. So I press 3 ABC4 divided by 2, and I get 3/8. But then this problem has one more step to it because it didn't just say for 1 cup of milk, which is how much rice goes in for 1 cup of milk. It's how much for 3 cups of milk. So I'm going to have to multiply this by 3. And so I get my final answer of either 9/8 cup, or, and your calculator will probably show you 1 and 1/8. So when you see the 1 and a U and the 1/8, that means that. So that's how you should write it. Don't write it like your calculator does. Okay. Next question. For every 1/50th square mile that Xavier mows, Bao mows 1/20th square mile. How many square miles does Xavier mow for every 1 that Bao mows? So again, we got Xavier's coming first here. So we'll put our Xavier numbers. And we got our Bao numbers. So I'm going to do the Xavier divided by the Bao. And I get a final answer of 4/5. So you should have picked B. Okay. Next one. These are all going to be really similar. When it says a ratio of 3/8 to 1/2, that means I'm going to do 3/8 divided by 1/2. And when I do that, I get an answer of 3/4. So I'll just write in the rest here. I get an answer of 3/4, which is not 3/16. So this one was false. Then 9 to 1/6 means I'm going to do 9 divided by 1/6. So again, in my calculator, 9 divide 1 ABC 6, and 54 is what you get. So that one's true. 2/5 to 1/4. 2/5 divided by 1/4. So 2 ABC 5, excuse me, divided by 1 ABC 4. And I do get an answer of 8/5. Now, your calculator might say 1 and 3/5 because, oops, your calculator is going to give you a mixed number, not an improper fraction as an answer. But remember, we can kind of go back and know that 1 is made of 5/5, and then there's 3 more, so 8/5 makes sense. The last one, I know we didn't do this in the quizzes, but I'll do it here for you anyway, is still 5.5 divided by 1.5. So I'm going to press 5 ABC1, ABC2 divided by 1 ABC1, ABC2. And when you do that, you do get 3 2/3. So that would be a true statement as well. Number 7 says that Elisa is practicing her clarinet. She plays an eighth of a song in half a minute. At this rate, she will play a whole song in how many minutes? So I want one whole song in how many minutes is that going to take? So what I need to know if I want a whole song in how many minutes is really I'm looking for the label minutes per song. Okay, because I want to know how many minutes for a whole song. So a whole song would be one song, right? So that's where you got to be careful with your labels. Now, this one would be a really easy one to have made a table for. So if you made a table to find this, that's a super great solution. But I want to show it to you in dividing too if you want. So minutes, here's my minutes number. Song, here's my song number. And so I'm going to do 1/2 divided by 1/8. And so I get my final answer of 4. So that one's kind of tricky when you do the dividing because you got to figure out where the 1 is and what order the labels go in. Because if you divide the other way, it's not going to give you an accurate answer. So drawing a table might be a super good strategy for this one instead of doing the dividing if you want. Number 8, so kind of bringing and connecting this idea to scale. So now you just have fractions in your scale. So we have the map scale is from centimeters to kilometers. So let's go ahead and color code those. So centimeters, one thing. There we go. Okay, centimeters. So since centimeters came first, this is my centimeters. We need centimeters. Excuse me. And then we got kilometers, kilometers, kilometers. So I need centimeters per kilometer. So centimeters is going to come first. So I got 0.3. And then I'm going to go divided by, and then I got 1/5. And so then I can put that in my calculator, 0 and the decimal point, which is by the 0, 3 divided by 1/5. And you get your final answer of letter D. So at this point, make sure if you have questions that you send an email or put a comment about something that's here, but go back kind of to this lesson and work through more problems. Good luck.